Hi, welcome to another one of Kulipup's midnight meditations. In all honesty, I don't know what this meditation will be about. I just know that I was called to pick it up and kind of wing it here. So you and I both will see what comes out with this today. So, my main goal in this meditation is to get you to relax. Get your body to calm down and your mind to just be at ease. And your nerves be calm and subtle and soft. So, where will I start with this meditation? Well, I suppose I'll start with your heart. I want you to focus on your heart right now. And what I mean by focus is I want you to feel it. Imagine it. Imagine the center of your chest has a beautiful white glowing light. And I want you to send energy to that white glowing light by imagining kind of like a reverse pulsar coming towards your chest, where there's just waves of white light radiating from your feet, coming up through your soles, coming through your palms, coming down from the crown of your head, and just into your heart in soft, gentle, warm waves of light. This is focusing on your heart. Now, I want you to think of all the things that make you feel good. I want you to think of the joys that you have in life, the experiences that you have, well, that you've had and that you have yet to have. I want you to think of what would truly make you happy in this moment. And I want you to keep it there. I'm going to talk, but you don't have to listen to this part. If you have what it is that you need, I want you to focus on that. Right? Let's focus on this for the next 30 minutes. Well, sorry, not 30 minutes. Well, if you can for 30 minutes, that would be absolutely wonderful. But focus on it for as long as you can. Don't worry if you lose your focus, just bring it right back around. There's no wrong answers here. What we're trying to do is just get your mind to be trained to focus on joy and happiness so that you can manifest all of your wishes and become fruitful and abundant in your life. So, let's keep this gravy train going here. We're still focusing on our heart. We're still focusing on the pulsating waves of light coming in from your feet, your palms, and your crown and being directed right into your heart. And whilst you are doing this, you are thinking of wonderfully happy thoughts, of all the things that you want and all the things that you desire. Now, if you find that you're losing focus, I want you to look up. I want you to look directly up to the ceiling, and I want you to open your mouth. Open your mouth nice and wide for me, please. You're going to feel a little ball of light or a little bit of energy just kind of go into your mouth, almost like a sock was being put into your mouth, but it's an invisible sock. And of course, you can really close your mouth at any point if you really want to. But I do want you to just open your mouth and ensure that it remains nice and wide. And you may feel a couple of pinches in the back of your head. Don't worry about those pinches. It is my doing. And what I'm doing is I'm reconnecting your ability to focus on your heart and feel it. Because we have to appreciate that there's been many times in your life that your focus has been taken away, that you have been trained to be distracted. So the fact that you can't focus now is not of your own fault. It is because of the way you have been led in society. And the connections that were once there have now been disconnected. So, I'm basically just putting those back together for you. It'll make this a lot easier, and it'll make my job go a lot faster, because we only have so much time to wake up the entire world to who they are and the beings that we are and the connections that we have. So, just make sure that your mouth is nice and wide and open for me. When you feel this ball of energy leave your mouth, that's when it's time to close your mouth. Do try to keep your eyes nice and open too, but don't worry if you need to blink. I just want you to be nice and comfortable. Okay, we should be finished about now. So, what else do I want to do? Well, I want to take you on a journey. I always want to take you on a journey. You know why? Because life is wonderful when you can experience things, when you can remember things, when you can hear something new that hasn't been heard before. That's the beauty of discovery and creation. Always creating, always being able to be more, to do more, and to see more. I want you to experience this with me. So, what kind of journey do I want to take you on today, now that I have your focus? Of course. Well, I think I'd like to talk a little bit more about who you are and who I am and why we're doing all of these things. Don't worry, if you get really relaxed and just feel like you want to go to sleep, then that's totally fine. You just drift away, my heart. There's nothing wrong with it. I would like you to get some rest. If you do go to sleep, I'm going to do some healing on you while you sleep. I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff. So, anyway, let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about who we are and what we are, and why we came here to experience what we have been experiencing. Well, firstly, I'd like to say that you are divine. You are a fractalized piece of God. Now, you may be a total atheist, or maybe you're an agnostic, or maybe you're like, I don't have any labels. I don't really need any labels. And that's freaking awesome. I love that. But either way, if you do not believe that there is a God or a higher power, well, there is. But the good thing is, or the cool thing is that you are also a part of that higher power. I am you, you are me, we are all one, we are all energy. So when I say you are an angel, I really mean it. If you don't like the term angel, you can say you are a source fractal, a fractalized piece of the source of all energy and information in existence. You are a piece of this energy. As you are a piece of this energy, you create, because that is exactly what Source does. This energy creates. It creates and manipulates and guides into this beautiful, beautiful world you see around you today. It's quite pretty amazing. You had a hand in this too. There is something that you created in this world that only you created. Maybe it was the blobfish. That thing is so odd looking. But I'm sure whoever created the blobfish did a wonderful job, and they tried really hard to make a fish look like a guy, like a human man. That was a little odd. Or maybe you made a butterfly. Or maybe you made apples. Maybe you made the stars. Who knows? But you've made something in this universe. And when you know what you've made, it makes you respect it quite a lot more. It makes you see the beauty in what you've made. And a desire to protect that beauty. But anyway, here's me rambling. So you're an angel, or a source fractal, fractalized piece of universal energy. So what does that really mean to you? Well, it means that you're a psychic and that you have wonderful abilities. These abilities, they're not just gifts. They were what you developed, what you earned through lifetimes worth of experience. We often say that God has granted us gifts and so forth, but not really. I want you to remember, you are a piece of God. You were not granted these gifts. You earned them. Through hard work, sacrifice, practice, and focus, you earned these gifts. You just forgot how to use them. So all you have to do is remember who you are. Remember how to use your gifts. It will feel natural to you. Now, some of you are going to be empathic. Now, of course, if you're empathic, it means that you can feel the emotions of others. You understand what they're feeling in that moment. You understand who they are in that moment. And you can feel beautiful and amazing things just through feeling. We have to focus, of course, but it is still beautiful. Now, a lot of people, when they are empathic, they take on a lot of negative energy from a lot of other individuals. You're no doubt empathic, as it is a base ability for many people. How strong it is, now that depends on who you are and how much you've developed in the past. But most people do have a form of empathy. If you are empathic, you have no doubt brought upon you or have been feeling a lot of other negative energy from a lot of other people. It's hard for us to discern whose energy is whose often. And it can be really difficult to sift through all of these emotions. So I want to help you out with that today. I'm going to ask you to look up one more time. Keep your eyes open for as long as you can. We're going to go for about 15 seconds here. And I want you to open your mouth up really, really wide. Okay? And I'm going to snip a couple of connections and recreate some lost connections for you. So, on the count of 3, I'm going to count down, and we're going to start our 15 seconds, and you're going to open your mouth really wide, and open your eyes, and try not to blink. Okay? 3, 2, 1, open. Open up your eyes, that's it. Open up your mouth nice and wide for me. Okay, we've got only 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're good. You are now free to close your eyes and close your mouth. You may felt a few little pinches in the back of your head, or you may feel some waves of energy just pushing on your forehead, on your pineal gland. This is perfectly normal, and don't worry. After you have a good night's rest, it's going to help you out a little bit, okay? You're going to start to feel like you have a little bit more control over your ability, and you're not going to take on as much negative information or negative feelings and emotions of others, of course, and yourself. So I hope we got that part sorted out. Now, what is the purpose of empathy? Why is it one of our abilities? Well, it helps us unify. When we feel the pain of another individual, as if we are feeling it because it's ourself, it causes us to want to stop that pain. And it prevents us from wanting to cause further pain and suffering. So it helps to unify us as humans with, of course, us as humans, but also with the animals, with nature, with the trees, with the plants. Everything is energy, and we can feel that energy through our empathy. So bear that in mind. Don't shy away from this ability. Look to increase it. Because when you can feel another individual, you can understand them. And when you can understand them, you can know them. And when you know them, you can't help but love them. Or want to help them. But primarily love them. So, that is empathy. Let's go on to another base ability. Let's go on to sentience. Now, clairsentience is very similar to empathy. However, it runs really deep and it's a lot more broad. So, clairsentience is the ability to feel the flow of energy around you. This is energy that does not have to be attached or created by a person. It is the universal energy that you are able to feel with this amazing ability. Now, how does that kind of look, being able to feel energy or the energy of the universe? Well, it looks pretty cool. But I know a lot of people, actually, let's explain it like this. If you are to go into a house that was a little bit creepy, let's say it was noted to be a haunted house, and if you are a sentient individual, you would go into a room, and that room would feel so strange to you. Or perhaps you would get the chills, or perhaps you would just be like, I feel watched. That is your sentience. And what it is, what's actually happening during this process is every single cell in your body is reacting to the energy around it before your mind is able to process what is going on. So if you think of all of your cells as sentient little beings, they are all beings which have their own consciousness. However, they are all unified, just as humanity should be unified, but we're not. We're still mankind right now. But they are unified because they are what makes up your entire body. And they have to be unified. Otherwise, your arm would get up and leave. And your kidneys would say, I'm out, I don't want to do this anymore. And they would get up and leave. But they can't, because they are part of your body. Just like we are a part of humanity. Or the future humanity. But anyway. So if you think of these little sentient beings, they know you are a God. They understand the flow of energy, whether you believe it or not. So when you go into this room that seemingly is just 4 walls and a roof and a floor, and you feel so creepy, it's because your individual cells, the cells of the Almighty, the cells of the universal energy, knows what's there. And they're signaling you to let you know what's there. Now, your sentience can be applied to absolutely anything and everything as long as you put your focus on it. So just as you can feel something creepy in a room, you can also summon the energy streams of any person, place, or thing. Isn't that amazing? You can feel the energy stream depending on how far away it is. If it is within your now moment, it will be with you instantly. If it is an energy stream that is a little bit more so in the future, or a possibility, then it may take a little bit longer for you to summon the energy. But you can summon it, and you can feel the energy. So, for example, if I wanted to feel you right now, I would summon your energy with my sentience. And I would do that by simply focusing on who you are, your image, your voice, your name, what you look like. Oh, that's your image, of course. What you sound like, if I've heard you. I focus on you. I focus on your heart. And then, as I'm focusing on you, I'm summoning you. I'm summoning your energy. And then my sentience can tell me all about it. I'll know if you feel like you're in danger, I'll know if you feel like you're okay. If you wanted to know if you locked your car when you left it in the parking lot, I could summon that energy and I can say, yes, you did, or yes, you didn't. Because of all the miraculous little cells and sentient beings I have that make up my skin and make up my body. Isn't that awesome? All right. Now, if you're having trouble with your sentience, how does that feel? Well, it could feel like hard headaches. That, you just go into, you're around certain people or you're around certain environments or certain areas, and you just seem to always feel sick or have headaches or feel like there's a weight on your shoulders. It can be very uncomfortable and it's not very nice. It can also scare you a lot because you feel the beings that are around you, your spirit guide, your guides in general, and all of the energy and the beings that are around you, you're feeling them. And if you don't know what that is, you get scared. And the sad thing is when you get scared, you summon a bunch of all the other things that like it when you're scared. So I don't want you to be scared anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our exercise again. I'm going to ask you to look straight up and open your mouth. We're going to do this for 15 seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you out with your sentience. If you've been finding that you are having a lack of control and you can feel so many things that are causing you to be a little bit creeped out, well, let me help you with that. Let's disconnect the connections of fear and reconnect the connections of love so that you can be free. So, I'm going to count down. 3, 2, 1, and go. Open your eyes, look straight up, don't blink. Open your mouth nice and wide. You're going to feel the sock go in your mouth, the sock of energy. Maybe a little pinch here or there. And we've got just a few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. You can close your eyes there, my sweethearts. You can close your mouth. I hope that was all right for you. Okay. So we've got your sentience sorted out. Let's have a look now at your other abilities. Right? Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you the purpose of your sentience. Oh, the purpose of your sentience is so you can do just that. You can feel and summon energy around you. It's how you manifest. It's how you feel things. It's how you become aware of your surroundings and what is around you so that you do not get confused and you do not get lost in the illusions that we see. So sentience is very, very important when it comes to knowing and becoming aware. Like your spidey senses. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. All right, let's move on. So another gift that many people have is the gift of claircognizance. Now, this is my ability that I am very, very, very skilled with. So of course I am akin to a little cognizance. So I want to tell you a little bit more about it and why it is here and how it is here to help humanity become humanity, or help mankind become humanity. By the way, I hope you're feeling nice and relaxed, besides the constant mouth opening and eye opening. But I do hope you are nice and relaxed. Now, cognizance, let's go through that. Claircognizance is what we call clear inner knowing. It is here so that all of your questions can be answered, and you know that you will be getting a truthful answer back. When you have claircognizance, how this comes about is normally you just know a lot of stuff. You don't have to be in the situation. You don't have to be thinking of anything except for the question that you wish to know. and the answers appear for you. They often come in as one of your own thoughts, or it sounds like yourself with your own voice and so forth. Another way it comes through is just by simply flowing. You know, when people say they get into the zone, and while they're in the zone, they're just like flowing. This is a form of cognizance. Your inner knowing to know what to do in the exact right time to do it in. Inner knowing. A lot of people with claircognizance are people who get asked for a lot of advice. They don't have to be in the situation. They may never have even heard of what you're talking about before, but yet they know it. Simply by just asking the question, they know. And what it is, what's happening here, is that an individual with claircognizance has the ability to interpret and translate the universal energy. And if everything is energy, and you know how to translate everything, then thus you know everything. So yes, us claircognizants can also be looked at as the know-it-alls. The blunt ones, the arrogant ones at times. But this is why we must control it and use our gift for love. So how do you use claircognizance? How does that fulfill you as a person? Well, if you have claircognizance, it means that you are here to help guide people. When somebody is lost, you are there to give them guidance because you know the path and you know the way. You are there to teach and show people the wisdom and knowledge that is available to them if only they look inside for it. So a cognizant individual normally heals other individuals with their mind, or heals their mind, shall I say. Now, do you want to do it again? Do you want your cognizance to be upgraded? I know I want your cognizance to be upgraded. The only thing though is, when it comes to claircognizance, you need to practice it. You need to focus. You need to know who you're talking to and when you're talking to them. It is a difficult ability to have, and it's a difficult ability to wield. It's a wonderful ability when you have done it, but it takes a lot of mental focus and a lot of mental strength. So, if you're not quite ready for it just yet, then I'm going to ask you to sit this one out. However, if you are ready, I will open your cognizance and let you have access to the universal information so that you may go forth and help others to understand their energy and their contribution to the world. You will start to hear a lot of things in your mind. The more you focus, the clearer these messages will become. So this one's going to take a little bit longer, as it does require more connections to be severed and more connections to be reestablished. And we are going to need to heal you on this one. So, I'm going to ask you to look up and open your mouth. Okay? But we are going to need to do this for a minimum of 30 seconds. Okay? 30 seconds. You're going to try not to blink for 30 seconds. If you do blink, make it real quick and open your eyes back as soon as you can. Okay? So, we're going to start in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay. You're going to feel some pressure going into the back of your head. Alright, it may be a little uncomfortable, but don't worry, I will be okay soon. You're also going to feel that ball of energy in your mouth once more. You are definitely going to have a little bit of pressure on your forehead on this one, okay? Don't worry, sometimes it can feel like a balloon expanding from the inside going out. 1 and 2, and we're done. Okay. You can close your eyes, blink, and you can look down. That was well done. Well done, my dear. Right. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to ask you to remain very still. I'm going to place my hand, my right hand, on your forehead. You are going to feel waves of energy and pressure go through your forehead right now. If you don't feel the waves of energy, don't worry. It just means that you're probably a little too low frequency in order to feel the vibrations just yet, but do know that it has been repaired. If you are a higher vibration or residing in a higher vibration, you will no doubt feel the waves of energy. Okay, if your pineal gland is active and functioning and ready to receive it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, and just know that you are well. 3, 2, 1, and be still. Okay, we're going to be done in just a moment. Keep staying nice and still for me. Alrighty. Okay, that should be done now. So what I've done there is I've basically just repaired the connections and solidified them. Cognizance is a very difficult and confusing ability to have at times. So you're going to need to be strong. Alright. Well done, and thank you so much for accepting that, because it means that you are now going to go on and help very many people. And I know it. And don't be fearful of this gift. Well, this ability that you have no doubt earned over a long period of time and will do so much with. Okay, so let's go on to the next ability and why it is useful for you. And we're going to go on with clairsentience. Oh, sorry, not clairsentience, clairvoyancy. Okay, so clairvoyancy. What is this? Well, it's the ability to see into the past, present, future, and other dimensions. Now, you may say Kulipup, but there's divination, there's seeing, there's scribing, there's all these kinds of things that use vision. It's not just clairvoyancy. Clairvoyancy is only when you're seeing in the present or remote viewing. And I say to that, well, clairvoyancy is all of those things. It depends on how you develop it and who wants to develop it a little bit further. So right now I will say that you have the ability to see into the past, present, future, and other dimensions if only you open your mind up to it and ensure that you are embracing it. So, what is clairvoyancy used for? Well, it's used for a lot of things. Having the gift of sight can open you up to so many different aspects of life. Past lives, future lives. You can see into the future. Literally see the slides that have yet to be chosen. And you can see all the possibilities there. You can go back into somebody's past life and see what they did there to help them get through a traumatic situation or gain understanding. Clairvoyancy is used for so very many things, but of course to have the gift of sight, it is to find, it is to seek, and it is to find. So if you have clairvoyancy, it is because you are meant to be able to locate things. Locate things. And whether that be in the ethereal or whether that be in the physical and the material world. You see so that you can guide people to what you see. Now, clairvoyants, oh, they can be marvelous artists at the same time. They tend to really be able to pick out or have a very, very good eye for detail. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful when you see a clairvoyant paint or draw or express themselves through art. you'll always see such marvelous detail. Marvelous. But anywho, so what does it feel like to be a clairvoyant? Well, you're going to see a lot of stuff. Many people see shadow people. Many people see spirits, auras, beings, going into other dimensions, astral projection. Oh, it's wonderful. The Akashic records and all of this kind of stuff. What does this look like? Well, in children, a lot of children, and you may have, if you're clairvoyant, you would have done this before, I'm sure. But they often see the boogeymen or see the ghosts, see entities. You know, out of the corner of your eye, you just notice things. And you're like, what's that? What's that? That's normally what a clairvoyant is like. Having visions, very intense and vivid dreams that explain so very much. That is definitely what is there as well as a clairvoyant. Interpretations, premonitions, seeing so much. You're very valued, you're very needed. So, now, vision can become very difficult or can come very difficult to people who are cognizant, because normally we are ones who think a lot, we write a lot, if you're a cognizant. But if you're a voyant, you are no doubt an individual who does draw a lot and can interpret pictures really, really well. Now, if you would like to further on your clairvoyancy, I'm going to give you an upgrade as well. I don't want you to think that once I give you this upgrade that you will all of a sudden magically be able to see everything around you. It doesn't really work like that. I'm going to give you this upgrade, but you have to actively pursue the development of this gift. Meaning you have to practice visualization. You have to open your mind to whatever visions may come to you. So it's equally as beautiful, but as also difficult to master if your mind is closed. But we want your mind really nice and open. So with this upgrade, just know that as soon as you start applying your focus to developing it, you will start to see a lot of cool stuff. Perhaps waves of energy within the walls that you see. You could probably be looking at a painting and then all of a sudden it looks like it's being warped a little bit. You may start to see the glow of light and auras around people's vessels and around their bodies and around animals and trees, in the clouds everywhere. You may start to see little energy crystals all around you. You may see your spirit guide. Who knows? Your dreams again may become very vivid. But again, it all will strengthen through practice. So, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1, and we're going to open our eyes and open our mouth and keep them open and as wide as you can for 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright. So eyes are nice and open, ball of energy going into your mouth again, perhaps a few pinches. This is going to be a little bit upward, so not really in the back of your head, but more so feeling like the center of your head. And we are done. There we are. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so close your eyes and close your mouth, my sweetheart. So, I went through the 4 of the base gifts that we have here, and we've just got some upgrades for all of those gifts. What I'm going to do now is I want to give you some overall healing to your body. Okay? So, I want your body nice and relaxed. And you're going to say the following words with me. Body, you are relaxed. Body, you are relaxed. Mind, you are silent. Mind, you are silent. Limbs, you feel heavy. Nerves, you feel soft. Muscles, you are relaxed. You feel warm, you feel comfortable. Your eyelids are so heavy and they are closed. They are shut so tight, no light may enter them. Your eyebrows are unfurled and relaxed. Your eyebrows are unfurrowed and relaxed. Your tongue is no longer at the roof of your mouth. Your jaw is relaxed and hangs slightly open. You feel the tension melt away from your forehead. Oh, your eyes, they are closed. They're not trying to see. But your eye is wide open. Now, don't move a muscle. If you can remember at the beginning of this meditation, I said to focus on your heart. I'm sure we've kind of forgotten to do that, so let's focus back on our heart now. Again, we're going to envision that beautiful, bright ball of light right in the center of our being, right in the center of our chest, our core. And we're going to imagine pulsating beams of white light coming up from our soles of our feet, from the palms of our hands, and from the crown of our head. And in waves of energy, they are going to go towards your heart, towards your center, towards your light. Do this with me now. And breathe. Let's take another few deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. And out through the mouth. Now, I want you to remain as still as you can and keep focusing on your heart. You may start to feel your feet tingle and your hands get hot. Don't worry, this is normal. If you start feeling a little bit of pain anywhere, all of a sudden, so whether that be in your chest, over your heart, in your abdomen, in your back, in the back of your head, on your forehead, you are feeling this pain because that is where you need healing right now. So don't worry, this pain will pass and it will go, and you will start to feel the benefits of the healing. But right now, just notice it. Just notice how your body feels as my light washes over you and through you and takes away the soreness, takes away the aches, and leaves you feeling nice and relaxed. Do you feel my heart now? Do you feel me? I hope you do, because I feel you all the time. And know that I love you. Now, this healing is going to take place for the next 15 minutes. If you are not asleep, please try to remain focused on your heart and putting that energy in your heart and thinking of all the things that make you happy and that make you joyous. And I want you to continue on with this for the remainder of this meditation session. Thank you for joining me on this Kulipup midnight meditation. And it seems I taught you about your abilities today. Have a good night. Bye.